player. Hit the game, dude.
I hate all of it. I'll think about shit I shouldn't buy when I don't have money. Then when I have money, I'm like, you gotta be responsible. It's like, damn, I like Steve, but he's crazy, man. Did he just equate French fries to heroin? Yes, I did. And sex.
Why it's important to stay humble, going through everything I have been through, is knowing that we're only one injury away from it all being over.
Yeah, man, my old coach, Chad Wesley Smith. I don't know why everybody calls him by his full name. Could be just Chad Smith. But it's like you got 3 first names. Chad Wesley Smith.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm not on it.
She's just good. I just went through that whole process.
Oh.
Otherwise, I would have moved because she probably kicked my ass. Did she drop that weight? That was like, I'm like, holy shit, that was 145 she was throwing, or 135 she's throwing around?
There's levels, big guy.
I'm at the bottom right now. People just say shit. When I was playing football, it was Brian Urlacher. Then I started powerlifting. You don't know who Brian Urlacher is? Chicago Bears legend.
Yeah, bro. Okay. I grew up in fucking Australia and China.
Do you know who Ray Lewis is?
No, of course I know who Ray Lewis is.
Then you should know who Brian
My
Urlacher
dad
is.
was black.
What does that have to do with
He
anything?
only cared about black guys in sports.
That's racist.
That's not.
That is
It's
racist.
a culture. It's for the culture.
That pro-black is the same thing as being pro-white.
Hey,
Racist.
I don't think that's racist either.
I do.
No, hit the player. Hit the game, dude.
I hate all of it. Equally. Equally. That's why I like Dave Chappelle so much. He just goes after everybody. Everybody.
Fun guy.
How are my shoulders already sore? I did one set.
It's a mind to muscle connection, you know. It's so
I must be very connected.
Yeah, it's the next level.
I'm so connected, I don't even need to work out to get sore. You know, being this far out, though, I was expecting a little bit more, like to feel better, have more energy, but it just hasn't kicked in, man. Just always feel like, you know, almost physically I feel better, but like, you know, that drive to lift and that drive to like want to get back into it just was there for like a few weeks and then it just fizzled out. I don't know, it was like right when they started me back on prednisone, so, but I've been off for like 2 weeks. I don't know if that has something to do with it. That's my problem, man. I've always been like reckless with my body. Like when I was playing football, I didn't care. I would just, but on the other side, you have guys that are like scared to get hit and scared to make the play. And same thing with maxing out. Like you could see it, they'll go for a lift and they're just mentally like, oh, it's too heavy, and then they give up. And then you got the guy who's fucking pulling so hard his fucking spleen comes out of his nose because he's not gonna give that deadlift up. So it's like, dude, there's so many factors with that. But you're either that type of person or you're not. You can't learn to be that person. And a lot of these guys, like they think they want to be a great athlete, but they have the wrong mentality for it. It's like you have championship mindset, but Planet Fitness work ethic. It's like you're never gonna be who you want to be because you constantly make excuses. You constantly cut the intensity. You're constantly complaining. Like I have so many people that'll tell me, oh, I hurt this or this is hurt or that. I'm like, dude, there wasn't a day I went through a prep where something didn't hurt, but I figured it out. Like I was putting that Equiline or Equiline fucking cream that they use on like horses to like numb their joints just to get through squat sessions. Like, and if you look at my old videos, like especially benches shit, you can see my arms like bright red because where I sprayed it at. And I would get through the lift. Is it the best thing for your body? No. But guess who benched 600 pounds? And guess who's never gonna bench 600 pounds? The guy complaining that his elbow hurts. It's like I'm good that way. Like I'll think about shit I shouldn't buy when I don't have money. Then when I have money, I'm like, you gotta be responsible. usually just fucking end up reinvesting it anyway. Yeah, but the problem is people avoid being uncomfortable so much that they only do what they're comfortable doing ever, and then they don't push themselves to grow up, to like progress in their careers, to make more money, to like make big moves, to create change in a positive way, that it starts to hurt them, and then they get resentful, and then they start group chats. Well, one, I think it needs to be better organized. So like you have, like at one time they were talking about putting like these little sensors on the lifter so there was no more judging. Take out the subjectivity of the lift and just make it a good lift or a bad lift based on where these sensors are at. So it's like a computer algorithm. They either hit depth or they didn't. No green light, no red light, or I mean, no judge making that call. I think that would help. I think having more continuity between federations, so it's all the same rules, or realistically they need just one fed, but yeah, it's because people's attention spans are this big now. And it like also, you used to hear about things through magazines or word of mouth. Now it's like you have so many different opinions on things. Like I'll get questions all the time. What do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? And I'm like, you're gonna ask 10 people their opinion. You're gonna get 10 different answers. Because there is no, we've talked about this, there is no direct approach. Like you have people's theories on how things work, but you're not proving anything. All you can do is try it out for yourself. Give yourself a fair evaluation. Like that's what I used to do in my early teens and 20s. I would like go on these programs and like, I'm gonna do it for 6 weeks. I'm gonna train arms every day for 6 weeks. And I did. And did my arms grow at all? No. Then I was like, when I started powerlifting, it was like bench pressing twice a week and upper body twice a week, lower body 3 times a week. And then my arms grew. I was like, what the hell? The exact opposite of what I would have predicted happened. But also, like, I wasn't allowing myself full recovery, so how could you expect any amount of growth if you're never fully recovered? Plus, I was natty at the time, and the guys writing the program are fucking on 3 gallons of fucking whatever. Like, when I first started training guys, it's in my PAR-Q, that's in my questionnaire. Is it, what are you taking? And I'd be like, you know, it's the natty guys when they're like, creatine. I do a little bit of protein. But, you know, but I'm also asking that too. But like I really want to know, are you enhanced athlete or not? Because that changes the way we're going to program things. Not always, but in the beginning, I have some guys that are like just naturally high responders and can recover really fast. But generally, like the more weight you move, the more amount of rest you're gonna need. Still trying to figure out like the recover pattern for myself. Still lifting 4 days a week, but I don't know, like, I don't know if that's optimal. I do decrease of intensity and volume. I call it like a recovery week. Like, I like 3x3 with like 65% and then minimal, like 2 or 3 exercises for accessory work and blood flow only. Like if you get a pump, you did too much. I usually only program 3 days for a deload. Like a lot of these guys like sticking to their 4 or 5 day split, but I like a 3-day deload, and you could even do 2 of them back to back and then 1 day off and then do your last day, and then you have 4 days off. 4 days off in a row and then start programming again. But I don't think you need like a full week off unless you were like sick or injured or something. But realistically, if you take like, you could even bench in those 4 days, but if you take 4 days off of like vertical load, spinal loading, like technically your CNS should be recovered. But if you max out your bench, are you going to be fully recovered? Probably not. Who wouldn't want to get high every day? Who doesn't like getting drunk? Like, I'm sure heroin is fucking amazing. Like, but you know, you don't do what you want all the time. French fries sound, that's what I hate about some of my clients. I'm just an emotional eater. I'm like, no, you just don't have self-control. It's like a dude being like, I'm just an emotional sex addict. Like, when I need attention, I just fuck other girls. Like, no, dude. You have self-discipline and self-control. You just can't go like fulfilling every desire you want. I just get stressed out, and I know if I just am too strict with my diet, I'll just binge. Yeah, I feel the same way, yeah. If I only sleep with my fiance for 2 weeks only, rather than moderately cheating on her, I'll just fucking go to Thailand and bang everybody. What kind of fucking, you know? But they really rationalize this to themselves. I'm an occasional drinker. I'm a social drinker. I only smoke when I'm drunk. I sound like a fucking lunatic.
It definitely makes sense.
Because sometimes I'll say this shit out loud and I'm like, dude, I might be crazy.
That's fucking
It's like, damn, I like Steve, but he's fucking crazy, man. Did he just fucking equate French fries to heroin? Yes, I did. And sex. But there's like a whole psychology behind it, you know, like following the path of least resistance. And this goes back to what we were first talking about. I just don't like confrontation. It's you're following the path of least resistance. Like you're making yourself comfortable all the time. And so you never allow yourself to be uncomfortable to the point where it's holding you back. And so now you're not only not fulfilling your full potential, but you're also like hindering yourself. So that's why you quit. That's why you're not getting promotions. That's why you're not following diets. Like people that are used to being uncomfortable are generally more successful, and it's not because they're like in better shape, or like there's studies that show people that are in better shape get paid more, right? Or they're more successful at their jobs. And I don't think it has anything to do with the way they look. I think it's just a personality trait. Like they have the discipline. And I know extremely hardworking fucking people that are out of shape, of course. But, you know, they also have other indulgences. When we post a video like this, it's like always people, yeah, but, I call them the yeah, buts. Yeah, but, and like, dude, there's exceptions to everything I say. Like, I don't think there's a hard rule that we can all follow, other than we all will live, we all get born, and we all die, right? Like, we all breathe oxygen, we all need water. Like, there's some hard rules for sure. But for the most part, like, philosophy and the way that you live your life, genetic responses, we still know like this much. Like we still don't even know what's at the bottom of the ocean, you know? Let alone space. We haven't even cracked the outside shell of how the brain works, or how atoms held together, or the intricacies of like your spinal column and the nerves. Like there's just certain things I don't think we'll ever fully understand.
Dudes over here claiming best bicep exercise.
Yeah.
This is scientifically proven.
Yeah, scientifically proven, best diet, best movement. I'm like, dude. But again, what do I always say? I don't knock the hustler, I knock the consumer. You guys are idiots buying this shit.